Okay, guys, I hope you are doing well. I hope you had a great Thursday and I hope you made lots of money yesterday. I personally took zero trades, but I'm going to go over yesterday's price action because it could have been a massive day for me, and I'm going to explain what I learned from yesterday. So, first off, starting off with Forex Factory, as usual, yesterday we had 2 a.m. pound news. This is all New York time, so it's currently 12:52 a.m. in New York. For me, it's 9:50 a.m. Um, so yeah, this is we had 2 a.m. news for the pound, and then we had 8:30 a.m. PPI and unemployment claims, and then later in the day, unexpectedly Trump spoke and gave that volatility that he always does. So starting off with the DXY, always on the weekly time frame. I'd say about once a week I start on the monthly time frame just to see how the monthly candle is doing, but always, always, always am I referring back to this weekly time frame because I want to see what the weekly candle is doing. I want to trade in line with that weekly candle so that we can enter on the lower time frames and catch very high R multiple trades. So as I've explained in the other videos, this is a demand area. Price tapped into this, created this bullish pressure up here. You might just say that it's wicks, etc. But imagine how much volume had to be pushed into the market for price to go from here to here, right? So this is definitely an interesting area uh, where orders might have stayed up in there. So price came into it, and then we rejected it. We closed below this low. We had a market structure shift, and now it looks like we are going to continue heading lower. This was my target for the whole week. You can look at all of the other videos. I'm basically explaining how this is my first target and this is my second target. If you look at the daily time frame, yeah. So if you go back a couple of videos, I'm literally telling you guys that I'm expecting price to come down into this sell side liquidity, maybe this one by the end of the week, and now it's looking like it will. And then in the upcoming weeks, this will be my target. I'm just gonna drink some water real quick. This will be my final target for now on the DXY, and then we could potentially see more bullish momentum. So I've literally called this in my other videos. I'm going down to the 4 hour time frame right now. This was yesterday's trading session. So from here basically, basically no, from here till where we are now. I had these lows in mind right here, which they have now swept, and I'd marked out this fair value gap and this 4 hour range, and price respected it and then tanked lower. So on the 1 hour time frame, we can see that price came back into the extreme 1 hour block. So this is the final area before price could potentially be wanting to head higher and being bullish. And then on the 15-minute time frame, this was the trade that I showed you guys in yesterday's outlook. I was saying if you're a smart trader, you will wait for 8:30 PPI unemployment claims, and then you will take this trade shorting it to the depths of hell, basically. This could have been a trade as well, and I'll go over that on Euro USD. I personally didn't take it. I know a couple of people that took it, and they made some great money on this, but I was waiting for this trade, and I didn't even take this trade because I was sleeping, okay? So this is something that I have to work on when we have news at like 30 minutes past midnight. I was just so tired because yesterday I had a 6 hour shift as well. So I was really, really tired, but I'm going to work on that and make sure that I'm awake for the next trading sessions because I don't want to miss out on big moves like this. We basically had SMT at these highs with the euro. We had a market structure shift here, and the trade that I would have taken would have just been this, right? You just literally take it off of the order block, stops at the high, and then you target the low. The lows that we've been talking about all week. And then at 1:30, yeah, we had Trump speak and inject a massive candle thinking that we were going to now push higher, etc. But no, okay? The market will correct and the market will go where it has to go. And every time you get a correction like this, when we're bearish, you're looking for a short opportunity because this is the target. Euro weekly time frame. Yesterday I was explaining how this candle looked like it was going to print higher, potentially target this first high, and then this is my high. This is the next high, because if you look at the swing range on Euro USD, I'm not going to be able to draw OT right now, but basically this is the 50% level, and this is literally just the bump in the road. And what we want to see when the bump in the road is there, you want to see price come, take it, create another shift, and then we're going to target lower prices. On the daily time frame, what we see is, I've explained this always in the other videos, but I don't mind continuing to explain it. So price came into this monthly and weekly order block, we broke above this high with a market structure shift. DXY broke below this low, so we have volume SMT. I don't know if you guys know about that. If you don't, ask me a question in the comment section, and I'll answer. Then we tapped into this daily order block, and now ever since price has been pushing higher. Here we are respecting the 50% level. We didn't even tap it. We respected the 25% level of this wick, and now price is pushing higher. Look at the displacement. We had Monday low of week, and then every other day has been bullish. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see the trade positions that we're about to go over. This ended up acting as liquidity. Yesterday I was looking at this whole zone to long from, without being aware that potentially price would want to sweep this and then push up higher. But last night I marked out this zone right here, this 30-minute very clean sell before the buy. And once price started really displacing here, especially on this 15-minute candle, I was like, okay, it's likely that we're about to break this low and that this is just liquidity in order for price to fuel the move back up. And yeah, this is exactly what happened. At 1:30, Trump did take this low out, but we would have just targeted this high anyways. So now let's go over the trades that I could have potentially taken yesterday. First one is this one, okay? Very simple sweep of liquidity, market structure shift here, market structure shift, and then we come back into the top, into this order block, and then price tanked lower. And this could have been a nice counter trend trade, but as I said, I was waiting for this trade. So I literally yesterday I slept on this 2.6R and I purposely stayed out of this one, but I definitely journaled this one. It's not because I'm not taking it that I'm not journaling it. Like, this is really important to journal. And what you will notice here is this is the SMT that we had. And this is why potentially I could have decided to take this short. I'm not going to go over the details on the pound USD, but this is basically that SMT right here. You see 2 a.m. high, it swept this high, the 1:15 a.m. high, and here, sorry, it didn't sweep the high. So this is why you could have shorted this into the first 15-minute order block, which was just below the 50% level, I believe. Yeah, just below. So when you're shorting, when you're counter trend, you want to make sure that you're taking a big partial at that 50% level, because once we're in discount, price can reverse at any time. In this case, we did end up coming all the way down into here, but we couldn't have anticipated that price was looking like it was going to reverse up here. So that's the first trade. That's the first counter trend trade that I've journaled from yesterday's trading day. The second one is this one, and this one is really, really basic, okay? We're bullish. We're still bullish. We know that this is a counter trend. We know that this is a pullback. This high has still not been swept. The buy side liquidity, the targets that I've been pointing out, this one and this one, which just got swept. Literally, I've mentioned these highs about 3 times in my other videos. So, price comes down with the 830 PPI and unemployment claims, and it sweeps this low. This is a major low that got swept. This is a strong low because what did it do? It broke this high. So this is some really nice liquidity to be swept. We come into this 30-minute order block, and then we print this bullish candle. What I would have done here, you get 2.6R. I'm not trying to go down to the lower time frames and catch the sniper entry, because you might miss this trade. You might miss, if you go down off post news, it has to be really, really clear to go to the lower time frames. So what I would have done is literally place a buy order, a buy limit right here at this order block, stops at the low, you get 2.6R, and then I would have fell back asleep. This is the trade that I mentioned yesterday, the high probability trade. This is the low probability trade. But what I want you guys to remember from this video is patience pays. So coming into the session, you could have taken this trade, but this was the higher probability trade because we were bullish, and it's the pro trend trade. And obviously into New York, if you have 8:30 a.m. news, me personally, I am not trading before that 8:30 a.m. news. I'm waiting for the 8:30 a.m. news to tell me what does it want to do. Here you could have, if you traded before that 8:30 a.m. news, you could have been like, oh, look, our prices are rejecting this 15-minute order block down here. I think this is where we're going to moon from here. But if we had news a couple minutes later, you obviously would have gotten stopped out. And so this is the SMT right here that you can see with the DXY. And so yeah, that's the setup. Those are the setups from yesterday. Just going back to the 4 hour, literally, this is basically my next target now. I've said it here, so remember, this euro high is my next target. And I'm not going to analyze price now because London session is in a very, very long time. It's 10 a.m. for me, and London session starts at 6 p.m. But I'll definitely make another video for the London session. Today, what do we have? We have core retail sales at 8:30 a.m. So London could be tradable, but ideally, again, just going to wait for post 8:30 a.m. That is Thursday's recap for price. In the most perfect world, it could have been a 5R day. Maybe, I think 6R. Yeah. Could have been a 6R day. So I'm definitely journaling these. When these days happen and I literally take 0 positions, I'm not beating myself up, okay? Okay, let me just zoom in, because this is where it gets real, okay? So there used to be a phase where I would see these days in the market, I would have made 0 money, and I would be like, oh fuck, like I have to make sure that the next time this happens, I'm taking the trade, etc., etc. First off, you don't know when these days are going to happen, okay? It's not very clear. You can sort of tell with news if there's PPI, unemployment claims. That's usually a good trading day, but you can't know that today is going to be that day where you could make 6R, okay? You don't know that. So when I have these days like this, I literally missed out on 6R yesterday, and I don't care. Why? Because first off, I didn't risk anything. I didn't lose any money. I didn't make any money, but I didn't lose any money. That's the most important thing. Trading is a defense game, okay? Because I didn't lose any money, and I still got to see these setups, I got to journal these. So I can put these in my journals, and next time this happens, I'm going to be aware that potentially this low right here is not a strong low. This low could be swept. And that if you have enough R, you can just take this 15-minute order block and target the high, okay? So I'm happy. I'm very satisfied with the fact that I get to journal all of this, even though I didn't make money about it. If you feel FOMO that you didn't make money yesterday, get that shit out of your system. Even if you feel FOMO on any other day, get that shit out of your system. You don't need it. It's not going to help you. It's not going to help you go anywhere, okay? Just analyze yesterday's trading day, and take as much as you can from that, not money-wise, but data-wise. Collect that data, put it into your trading journal. So that's basically it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. I'll see you guys later today for the pre-London analysis.